Side Scroller is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Hi, Stuttering Craig. Happy Friday to you. It's Side Scrollers Day and Blab's last day for like 3 weeks. God, it's going to be weird around here. Ugh. Welcome, man. We got a kick-ass show today. You guys want fun? You want positivity? We're going to shove it down your fucking throats. Let's go. It's Travis Keys. Hello.
Hello, that was I did not expect it that quick. I'm here, I'm happy, and it's positive, so hey.
Blabs, how are you?
I kind of wish I would have a mustache like Travis when he strokes it before the stream. He feels like this, you know? I'm just saying. Anyway, hi, chat. Happy Friday.
Speaking of mustaches and well-groomed men, our guest today, the wonderful, talented, always up for a good conversation, Shagsworth.
Oh, I thought someone else was here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dude, I gotta say, your energy today, Craig, it's contagious. I love it. The immediate F-bomb, I did not expect that, but I'm ready to go.
You know what? Just screw all that monetization on YouTube, because you know what? Because you know, like, we're not going to be held back by the censors, the censorous YouTube. We're not going to do that today. We're gonna go hard.
I mean,
we know what, Travis? What?
We would have lost it in a minute and a half when I said something anyway, so we might as well get it out of the way.
This is accurate, yeah. Look, we know that the G2's got our back. Of course, we have our goal of 20 new members every single stream. We're going to see if we can hit that. We're on a 2-day streak, 2 consecutive days in a row. We've had over 20 gifted memberships, or just memberships to the channel. Let's freaking go. We had some balls a couple days ago, which is great. Always excited to see the balls.
We all love balls.
Man, do we? And look, we got so much going on, man. It's Friday. It's a great day. We had a great interview with Adam yesterday. Clips of that are going to be going up on the channel here in the next few days. This is Blab's last day for a while.
Couple weeks. Don't say a while. It makes me sound like I'm going away forever and I'm leaving you guys.
Well, we can only hope. No, just slap. No, but Blabs, you're heading to Australia, huh?
I am. I'm leaving Sunday morning. It's a 12-hour flight, and then I have a 3-hour layover in the Middle East, and then I have another 12-hour flight there.
Do you think that you're going to be looked down on in the Middle East? Or do you think you'll
because
be all
I'm a woman?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably deservedly so, right?
She's probably getting more looked down on because she's American than a woman, but
you gotta get your burqa on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know. Either way, I'm sure he'll be just fine.
Well, listen, if you want me to send like videos of me getting punched out by a kangaroo or something, I'll do it. And you'd be like, "Where in the world is Blabs?" It's like, bam! It's like, "All right, thanks, Blabs," and keep going.
That could be a segment. Around the world is Blabs. Are you gonna go visit the Kiwis while you're down there since it's so close?
New Zealand?
Yeah.
No, it's a bit far of a fly too. You know.
Yeah, it's still a pretty good little trek.
You're going to Australia, like that's a
all right. Listen, Travis, you can pay for the extra flight to New Zealand and the accommodation to New Zealand, and I'll go. Okay.
Okay.
And get me my visa for that too. I'm assuming I don't think it's the same as Australian. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You definitely would love to have some video updates from you. It's gonna,
Okay, I'll do it.
Please send them my way. Like
I'll do it.
Just a
I
daily.
told you like a month ago. Like, do you want like videos and clips of me like lost in like Qatar or something? You know.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I do need to see a capybara.
Okay.
And you with the capybara.
Okay.
That's a must.
You're gonna be hanging out with Lethal, right?
Yeah, Lethal, Rhino, Mazza, Grant, Lyndon, Liquid Blake, and some other guys are all meeting up with us. We're taking Mazza to the zoo for his birthday.
Sounds
and
like
we're probably gonna leave him there with the
idea.
monkeys. So, you know. You know
Sounds
Mazza, you met him the other day.
Sounds like just an absolute disastrous idea. Just a
It's gonna be
horrible
amazing.
idea. But, well, I wish you absolute best on your venture
you.
across the world.
I
But
know.
a lot of you may be saying, well, what's going to happen with Blabs gone? Well, we're going to replace her with other females, which is great.
Weird.
Not on purpose, actually. We reached out to a bunch of people, but it just so happens. So on Monday's Desiree will be joining us. Desiree, right? Lady Desiree, super talented pianist. Billy from the Game Chasers will be joining us on Tuesdays, which is great. And the internet will surely explode when Melanie Mack joins us Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays while Blabs is gone. So
heads, maybe not the internet, but heads.
Yes. And also Jay, Drunk 3PO, will also be joining us on Monday, this coming Monday. So this is going to be, look, we got a lot going on. This is going to be really, really great. I'm super excited.
He's like, get rid of Blabs, yes.
Well, we've been looking forward to that. But
Snap.
before we move on, a G2 sent this to me in the mail, the Master Sword for my wall.
Decapitation.
I'm not sure who sent it because I didn't get the original box. The post office said the original box was far too large to ship to my house. So they took it out and put it in another box. So if your name was on the box, I don't know who you are. So thank you. I did not want like expensive things for my wall, just like drawings will do. But if you want to send more drawings and stuff for my wall, my address is somewhere.
Listen, if anybody wants to know how to send Travis stuff, you can do it right there. Send him to P.O. Box 7326 Champaign, Illinois 61826. You can send it to him right now. He'd greatly appreciate it, and then complain about putting it on the wall.
Well, I said it's going to be hard for me to find a way to put it on the wall.
Easy peasy stuff. But I think you should get Grant to make an AI version of me while I'm gone and just occasionally appear and I say something really stupid and then just go off screen again.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, we got a lot going on. It's gonna be a really fun show. I am so excited to talk about something today. This pizza parlor. Shags, have you seen this pizza review?
The Dave Portnoy thing, is his name? Yeah, I saw it real quick yesterday.
Have you seen like the whole thing?
No, it's probably not. It was only, I think the clip I saw was probably a minute, if that.
Listen,
yeah,
this is amazing. Like it's absolutely amazing, and we got to watch it. I can't wait to share this with you guys in just a little bit. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty being so hip and so cool and so awesome, and trying to be Fortnite. We're going to be talking. Shags, you're going to give us your first impression of Starfield today.
I am. Yes.
Video games, man. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
We have the news leaching into all entertainment, which is great. And let's see. Oh, Blaz wants to talk about Hogwarts Day or something. What is this?
Yeah, so today's September 1st, and that is technically speaking back to Hogwarts Day. They really commercialized this whole day. So if you don't know, in Harry Potter, September 1st is when Harry and all the other students go back to Hogwarts. They take the Hogwarts Express and they all go. So now there's actually a Hogwarts Express out there in London at King's Cross Station. They have a whole thing. Every year they have a celebration that like count down to 11 and then like absolutely nothing happens because like you can't actually go to Hogwarts. However, they do a bunch of announcements, and in about like 40 minutes or so they're actually going to do like a live stream with these really big Harry Potter shows and talk about what's going on in the upcoming year. But they also do a bunch of sales. So guys, if you didn't know and you love Lego's doing a sale. Mina Lima produced some like prints.
Okay, listen, she just kept talking and she kept going and she kept going. And
Listen, you asked me. I have the mute button too. Anyway, so that is basically, it's like a commercial day. It's like May the 4th for Star Wars, but it's Harry Potter. The end. I'll shut up now. Go ahead, Craig.
No, I love how excited you are. I love it.
Before we move on, do you guys want to see my breakfast?
Not really.
It's a brookie.
Oh, a brookie. That's a blonde.
What?
That's a cookie and a brownie combined, correct? That's your
What does it
breakfast.
taste like?
Magic.
I'll tell you what. Way to keep your girlish figure there, Trav. You looking sharp, buddy. Just looking so sharp. You know what I've done? Let me tell you. I don't have tattoos, but in an attempt to keep my girlish figure, what I've done is every morning I wake up and I put my goal for my weight on my hand. So when I'm about to shove something in my face, I look down and I see my hand and I go, "Oh shit, I need to eat better than what I'm eating right now."
You're gonna get your hair line tattooed on? Is that what you said?
No. It's on my hand. But
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, man, that'd be awesome. Like go get the hair
You'll
tattoo.
end up looking like Boozy.
Yeah, right, dude. That guy, man. Listen, that dude. If I've ever seen somebody who suffers from major mental health issues, it's that guy. Like, I can't believe people talk about like watching DSP and he's a train wreck and blah 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 blah. No. Fousey is like the train wreck of train wrecks. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Isn't he the one who's in the hospital now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shags, you do or you don't?
I don't.
Okay. He's a streamer and he was doing this like IRL thing, and this guy is like he's paranoid, schizophrenic, like all over the place. This guy is crazy.
His family failed him more than anything
else.
else.
Doesn't he stop taking his medication for a while, and that's what sets it off because he's not getting his help, and then he just goes and posts it all over social media. It's like, bro, get off of social media. Go get the help. Restart your life. You know,
his brother or cousin or like an assistant, they need to be able to take his phone away when he's like in a manic state. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say anything about people with any psychosis or anything like that, but it just could ruin his career very easily.
Oh, not just his career, his life.
Yep.
Well, and I wonder too if they're like, I don't know how you would even like determine this sort of thing, but I wonder sometimes if people who like this is stupid. We shouldn't do it. There's nothing but like trouble if you implemented something like this, but people who aren't sound of mind, who have some sort of mental disorder, probably shouldn't be broadcasting themselves. Like, I mean, like in a similar sense,
incents other people to do it too, who instead of actually getting the help they need.
Right. Like I mean, kind of like the age restriction. Like you can't under a certain age because you can't really consent. Like, can you technically consent to like being adult if you're
not sound of mind?
That's a very good question. What's it say about our society that we want to watch those people?
Oh, dude, that's
like
natural.
when Britney was having her meltdown and her
Michael
problem.
Jackson,
like, what did it say that we were
Vines.
all so fascinated and we all wanted to know everything about it? It's craziness.
Well, people like train wrecks. Once again, goes back to the old ancient saying, the old adage of if it bleeds, it leads, right? Yeah. Which is, when you try to stay in the straight and narrow, you're boring, you're basic, right? But people want to see train wrecks. They want to see chaos. They want to see self-implosion, which is why we're going to watch this pizza review in just a little bit, because it's a perfect case of self-implosion. I'll tell you something that's not self-imploding. Henry Davis came in with the $50 direct donation. It says, "Hey, gang, this will be my last one for a little bit as my girl is having surgery today to remove her gallbladder. We'll be back to normal as soon as I can. Please send good vibes our way. Can I get some hearts, please? Some crowns, whatever sort of happy emoji, please, in the chat for Henry Davis and his girl." Any type of surgery is a very scary thing. I don't know if I told you guys, my dad actually had a surgery earlier this week. Did I tell you guys that?
No, you didn't say it was this week.
Yeah. So he was going to have it, at the start of the month, and he had it a couple, earlier this week. Ended up being all right. I was kind of on, I don't think I said anything about it on the show, but
no, you didn't.
He's good. Everything's good. He turned out all right, at least, so anyways, we got you, Henry. Thank you so much for your support. And, obviously take care of family first. And
I told you guys I would be back with boob implants. See?
Wow.
Sorry, they're my balls.
Travis, every day I just start questioning more and more.
Anyway, Shags has to say balls now as
Shags?
he takes a drink.
Balls.
Yeah.
That was a deep one. That was nice. Good gravy.
So a lot of people are, so we've been streaming over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. I didn't have a chance to yesterday. I'm trying, want to stream every day over there. But yesterday, the interview with Adam was so long and so in depth that that didn't have a chance to stream. By the time I got around to being able to, it was like 3:00. So it only would have been a quick hour, and that's like not long enough. So, anyways, today I'm going to make it up to you. After today's show, unfortunately, we will not be able to do this stream over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel because YouTube sucks balls. But I'll be doing one of my fun, super awesome music streams exclusive to Rumble today, where I play DJ and we talk about all the best music in the world.
DJ Craig.
Man, DJ Crazy Craig gonna go hard today. I got all sorts of fun stuff to
That's
listen
a thing.
to. You don't even know, Blabs. It's about that's about 13, 14 years old. DJ Crazy Craig. Absolutely. It's true.
Oh my god.
I got a question for you guys.
I got so much to learn.
Chumbawamba, is it a good song or a bad song?
I get knocked down. Or
Bag it up again. Yeah, it's a good song. For about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're like, okay, next.
yeah,
It's catchy. I don't know if that makes it good.
memorable.
Yeah, memorable.
Yeah, memorable.
Yeah.
Certainly has a hook.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what makes a good song for sure for a lot of people. If you guys are watching over on Rumble, hit the follow button as we inch so close to 3,000 follows. Once again, the stream this afternoon will be exclusive over there, so please head over there, rumble.com/sidescrolls. You guys watching over on YouTube, I may start the stream on YouTube just to kind of say, hey, this is happening, and then I'll invite you guys over to Rumble. But just know the majority of the good stuff is going to happen over there because YouTube copyright and all that bullshit. We have a Twitter account. It's @SidescrollerPod. Hopefully you guys go over there and follow that. We are going to become YouTube Premium member, or I'm sorry, Twitch X Premium, X Red. What's it called? X Blue.
Something.
We're going to get the check mark over there, and we're actually going to be uploading clips and highlights and stuff over on Twitter because I think that's an important thing to do here. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We are one away from 450. So if you want to be that lucky one person to be number 450, I will say thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, we're going to be doing a one-on-one with Salty Cracker, the famed YouTube commentator. And then the following Thursday, we'll be joined by another YouTube commentator, Razor Fist, who I've known for a long-ass time, but never actually had a conversation with. He actually got a start on Screwed Attack a long, long time ago. And it's cool to be a part of his beginning and see how much he's grown. Yes, Travis, high five. What are you doing?
I thought that's how we start the show now. We said it I was just, my camera zoom.
Awkward high fives in the middle of sentences.
That sounds
That's
good.
fine. I'll high five.
Okay.
Just fixing my camera. That's all.
Sounds good. Well, look, we got a lot to talk about today. So with all that being said, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. Shags is going to bounce this out and dance like no one I've ever seen before. It's time for Hard News.
It's like Sonic.
Let's go. All right. Hey, kids, do you like the Call of Duty? Oh, my God.
Is that a euphemism?
It's a meme.
So Call of Duty has they brought in Nicki Minaj, they brought in Snoop Dogg. Apparently they're bringing in some sort of like dog or something like avatar that you can run around and they're now trying. This is a game that's built around realism, right? A war battle, actually, something that is very near and dear to Call of Duty's mission is actually supporting servicemen and women and making sure their gunplay is super realistic. But
well,
damn
there is somebody running around in Afghanistan in a hot pink lycra outfit with a hot pink gun.
That's right. Letting everybody know. But apparently, via data mining, it has been discovered that there will be some brand new operators that you can play as. And I don't know if this is accurate or not, but it's coming from a reliable source online. This is going to be downloadable characters. Shags, have you seen these?
I haven't seen them. I've heard them. I've heard about what they're doing, and yeah,
Well,
but I don't know exactly who they are. So this is news to me.
Okay. Well, I'd like to introduce the next great operator for Call of Duty, Skeletor.
Oh my god.
How is it gonna work? You gotta think about it. Is it like literally just copy and paste him into the game?
Well, and then it's like there's other questions too. Like, is he going to use guns or is he going to have his staff and his
Yes,
sword?
of course he
Is
will.
you know what I'm saying? So it really doesn't. It's just a Skeletor outfit because it's not Skeletor.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a skin.
Right.
Yeah, there'll be a gun skin that probably goes with it.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
an
Well,
an
like
execution.
That's what I'm saying. What will the gun look like? If it's a gun skin that makes it look like a staff, cool. Then you're running around as Skeletor. You know what I'm saying? But like, otherwise, it's just Skeletor with a gun. Anybody can have a gun.
Well, we're not done yet because Spawn will be joining them apparently, which is just funny to think about. That Spawn is right. Shags is like, what the hell?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Also, Ash Williams, which should be, like, hey,
See, this one makes sense to me.
does it because
no, it doesn't.
You notice
Travis, no.
he has a chainsaw for a hand. I don't know if that's
well, see,
accurate.
if there's a war zone in a small town, you could get a guy like him. You ain't gonna get a Skeletor coming out of a bedroom.
Listen, it's supposed to be super duper realistic. They're just going the route of Fortnite. Look at all this. They're just copying everybody else. They should make their own stuff. That's why Call of Duty was unique in the first place.
The only say I think he fits is because there are civilians in war zones. Look at Ukraine.
I guess. I mean, it's a reach, but
Travis, you're gonna have to take a seat on this one. You are wrong.
Sit down, Travis.
Do I want skins? I don't really care about skins, but I'm also 38 years old. This is not for me. But these skins would look really cool in Fortnite. Would I want to play as Spawn? Sure, because you could integrate like his chains and his cape, and like a motorcycle into the actual game and like change how the gameplay works. They're not going to do that in this. And the one thing, I've played a few hours of Call of Duty in the past couple weeks. Nothing makes me angrier than getting killed by someone in a Snoop Dogg skin or a Nicki Minaj skin, or who's using a pink weapon. Because even if Snoop Dogg does like an execution on you, he says something like for shizzle or something like that, and like stabs you to death or something. And I'm like this is not what I want to play this game for. I mean, I don't see how you really. I mean, yeah, you could have a cool skin maybe, and you might be able to have a gun that has a similar style to like Skeletor, might be made of like bones or something, or maybe a gun that has like a chainsaw bayonet on it, like for Ash. I don't know, but the Call of Duty has lost its way. But it's all the more reason to just not play these games, because they don't really care much about the gunplay anymore. It's gone so far away from that. It's just about getting your money to support their next title.
I just had a thought. Why don't they just use characters that would fit in the game, like the Punisher or Deadshot, or people who use guns?
Yeah, right. Of course, as pointed out in the chat, there's a as Dude says over on Rumble, it says, I could see Rambo in a Vietnam era COD game.
Rambo would be perfect. You're right.
But this is just crazy. They're just trying to copy trends now. Of course they are. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And,
how many characters would fit in that game? A lot, but they're not using those.
As many as you want. As many as you want them to.
Well, didn't was it Lethal? I think said it on Friday that Snoop Dogg was in World War II for Call of Duty, but now he's also back. He's still alive, still shooting and everything. So lore-wise, they're all over the place also. So, and there's a new one coming out. November, I think.
Right. Yep.
So that'll be interesting to see what they're doing.
And you could even bend the rules. Say you want to get Batman in there, right? Well, in an alternate universe, Batman's dad became Batman, and he used guns. So you could have Batman in there using guns. Well, but to put people like Skeletor in there, that doesn't make any kind of fucking sense.
Hold on, I think Batman is in Fortnite, isn't he?
Or he was.
Yeah,
I think
so. Yes, Batman was running
around.
around.
At one point.
He was running around with a gun at some point, which is crazy to think about. Either way, Shags, you nailed this. Call of Duty has lost its way. This is not what Call of Duty is, and I think it's amazing to see. Now, if I was to ask you how much Call of Duty has made as a franchise, how much money, what's the revenue of Call of Duty? Why don't you guys fire out some figures and
Man,
and
Figures.
just
At
throw
least
some
1
out.
billion. At
I was gonna
least.
say it's got to be like
Yeah.
over $1 billion. I mean,
I
in
was
its
gonna
lifetime.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lifetime like 4 billion.
Yeah. So last year, I'm sorry, in 2020, it made 3 billion by itself.
Yeah.
Wow. In one fucking year.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
2020. You got to think about it. Everybody was at home playing.
So, well, right, but lifetime, and this article is from
20 billion bucks, maybe now.
It's at 30 billion
Yeah.
as of last summer.
That's
So
what do they is okay? Is it just that game or is it the game company? That's my question.
no, it is that singular
game.
franchise.
Jesus,
yeah,
man.
the franchise. Yeah.
Yeah. Call of Duty. People don't understand how much money this
oh
game
yeah,
makes.
it's even bigger now than it was before, even with the boycotts. So that's fun.
Well, that's the problem too. Is like everyone expects or wants something different from Call of Duty. With those numbers, there's no reason for them to change the formula. Zero reason.
Yep.
Well,
So they're
right.
going to keep doing it.
I don't get why they're adding shit like Skeletor and shit. I get the temporary money and all that, but like, if you're already making, you already made $4 billion 3 years ago. Like,
Because it's
in
called
1
greed,
year.
Travis.
Well,
Corporate.
yeah, those things have been going. I mean, the microtransactions have been happening long enough now. That's really where I would say a lot of their money is coming from. But in the last probably 5 years. But the titles
doesn't that devalue your brand as a whole then? In my mind, it does. In the long term, you get short-term profits for devaluation of your company.
Oh yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily a sustainable model. But I think they're riding the wave off of previously really successful titles. I think people are keying in on it now, and as you see stuff like Nicki Minaj skins and Snoop Dogg skins like that, I think you'll start to see more and more people like, what is this? But the thing is they're copying the Fortnite model, which is cool skins. Like, it doesn't add anything necessarily to the gameplay other than, hey, look, I spent money in the game. I look cool. And that's what kids think is cool nowadays, right? Like when we were kids, it was much different than that. But now it was like, oh, what Fortnite skins you got? Oh, you got that one? That's like 5 years old, bro. Like, boomer,
This have been a more effective if they had made like a different server for these crazy skins, and you can be whoever the fuck you want. We're gonna sell all these skins, but not have them be in the normal serious war servers.
No, I it's all one because they want people to see that and they want to upsell people. It's pointed out in the chat that, and I didn't know this. Apparently, in the first Warzone, they had an '80s action heroes set, which included.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it included John McClane and John Rambo.
But those people fit with the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they had the T-1000. They had
fit, right?
Yeah, they had, I think, Terminator set.
You
too,
could even do what was that? Johnny Five, the fucking robot. He was made for war. You could even do him, right? But not Skeletor. Like,
I mean, Skeletor was made for war. I'm just saying.
Shags with them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you're excited for X Defiant, right? You're not.
I could care less about, because nothing I said. Well, and to Lethal's point, Lethal responded to me because I was just going back and forth with Maza on it. And then Lethal stepped in and was like, the alpha or the beta, the first beta was like pretty trash, which is what I played, to be fair. And then, so I haven't played anything since it like first did that, their private beta or whatever, which I was not at all impressed with. I just think there's games out there that do it really well right now. It's going to be really hard to beat it. And the Call of Duty's track record aside, they still do a lot of things right in like their game modes. And I understand like companies need to try and get their foot in the door. Like X Defiant might be a good competitor to that. But it's free. It's going to be free to play, right? Is that the model they're?
So I have not played the beta, so I don't know.
So like that's
gameplay wise.
That's what I worry about, is that they're going to go with the free to play model, monetize the hell out of it, and then it's just going to become just like every other thing.
Another skin thing.
Yeah, another skin game.
But apparently, there's no VR, so it's all multiplayer, unless I'm wrong. So
Chat,
that might be something interesting.
Chat, are you interested in X Defiant at all? Do you have any idea? Like, Blabs keeps talking about this game. Apparently, it's a Call of Duty killer.
Cute game.
Right, but I mean, let me know. Like, I don't know. It's funny. Snotliv says a Trump skin would be badass. It'd be a Trump like
with the mugshot.
Put all politicians in, whether it's Trump, Biden.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, those are like that'd be fascinating, man.
Would this have been more to their for the COD stuff? Would this have been more to their thing had they used like historical war figures that have done good, or like, for example, you could have had Genghis Khan, or you could have had people who've actually been in war. I think that would have been more instead of making it cartoony. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I just think what Call of Duty needs to do is they need to
go back to the roots.
Yeah, go back to their roots, but I mean you can still adopt a modern what's it called? Formula. Like I think maybe making the game free to play but pay for map packs like they used to do. Like they used to drop like 4 maps like every 6 months or something like that. Like do something like that where it's like $15 for 4 new maps, and those maps won't go into your map pool if you don't own them. And then you can still monetize, scale back like their shop. I mean, you guys have looked at their cash shop. It's a shit show. I can't make heads or tails of that damn thing.
Oh yeah, try going in there and you're like, it's very disorganized.
Well, right. And the gunplay part is good, but now there's all the tuning and tweaking you can do.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think you need that. Just go back to like maybe attachments and that's it. This whole obsession with like meta games in this genre, it just makes me really mad. Maybe it's because I'm a filthy casual when it comes to it now, but it's really hard to enjoy a Call of Duty match anymore because you're like, oh, I don't have the right build or the attachments unlocked because I haven't spent 400 hours leveling a weapon.
Right.
Like,
yeah. For me, I was just always crashing out of the game.
Yeah,
literally, Epic Mike got stuck in the shop once. Like he fell through the shop, and then he was just throwing grenades at people, and we were killing them inside the buy station. It was amazing, but
ain't that wonderful?
It was awful.
To me, it just seems like COD wasn't even in competition with Fortnite because they were so different to me.
Yeah,
and maybe they were. I don't know, but in my mind, they weren't. And now it's like they're trying to put themselves in competition with somebody that they're not. And I think that's a bad thing to do, and trying to be something you're not and copy what they're doing for short-term gains. I think it's detrimental to their long-term or their company.
As St. G says with the $2 super chat, says it's now Call of Fortnite. Yeah, I think you're on to something there. Snow came in, says with the 5. Thank you so much, Snow. Says, big up, fellow bloomers. I'm 36. Well, not Blab. She's innocent. And Trav is my favorite. Hope you guys have a good day.
Well, I got one.
One favorite.
Yeah, I'm somebody's favorite.
Also came in and says, might as well put Carl, the cop from Family Matters. I would buy the game for that character. I love that. Carl with the Steve Urkel running around.
Blockbusters for a second. I was like, oh, I miss Carl from Blockbusters.
If you don't think a Steve Urkel skin would sell in COD, you're wrong.
Oh my
Put
God,
it in there. It'll
crazy.
sell.
Blue Shell says, your Apex stream on Wednesday with Mazda and Lethal and Blaz was a ton of fun. Hopefully we'll get more streams like that soon. Yeah, that was fun. I felt dirty after finishing the stream, but
I love that. True Kang said Carl of Duty. Yeah.
That was Craig's first time talking to Mazda ever, Shagsworth. So.
Oh really?
Playing Apex together.
Oh man.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to our next story.
One super chat or Rumble rant, I should say, on for Darmuth for $2. Is it Darmouth or Darmuth? I'm not sure. He says, of course, Skeletor will use his staff. All he has to do is reach down and grab it. LOL. Love the show, guys. Cheers. And then another one from Dude for $1 says, if Call of Duty was smart, they would do an MCC version of all its classic games, going from the first game up to Ghosts, including spin-offs. They could even release it in groups based on eras. I would buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's smart.
Fantastic Sarcastic came in he says with each kill from did I do that?
Can you imagine how many people that would piss off?
I would love that though. Did I do that?
Could you imagine a battle royale built around like 80s
and 90s sitcoms?
It can be Danny Tanner,
right?
Like
so they're like slicing people's throats.
You could maybe have Zach Morris, and one of his things is to freeze time for a minute and do his little whatever thing.
Yeah, everybody loves Raymond, Frank, and then he's just shooting people. It'd be amazing.
All right, let's go to another story here. Oh, Shags, I'm sorry. Did you have something?
I just wanted Yeah, I just want to end with one thing regarding like Call of Duty or even Activision, you could say. So the problem, and this is something I've been looking into recently, been hearing like business people talk about, is when companies compete. Like there's two different ways to compete against people. There's the finite game and there's the infinite game. And Activision plays the finite game and like trying to compete and do what Fortnite does. Fortnite does a model, I think, which is more the infinite game where they don't really like, they're willing to take the hits along the way and make bad choices, but they're just playing their game and they know like their skins, they work, people are buying them. And like their cash shop is like really good and like everything's broken down easily. And this is the problem that you'll see is that Activision's like playing from behind and only trying to play their opposition, but it's not what's going to get them ahead. They need to look to the horizon, and they used to do that. They used to look at the horizon of what FPS would be. But now they're in this cash shop loop, and it'll be their downfall for sure. And that's all I want to say about it.
Copying instead of innovating.
Yeah. Yep.
Real quick, and this I want to talk about this today, but after this, just a quick hit. We said, what do you guys think of Volition closing? Volition is the company that did the Saints Row series, and I think that's just a product of AAA gaming. When you have a studio that has a tremendous amount of people working at it, and you have a dud, then it's a studio killer. And they had a studio killer, and I think that's just the way it is.
So I used to live 3 blocks from their headquarters, and they literally built this building to be their headquarters and paid for the most expensive building in a university town. Okay. When there were many, many office spaces they could have went and had. So that if that's an indicator of how they spent their money, there you go.
Well, I'll say this. There's in the entertainment space, and this is why people talk about content, games, movies, whatever, being more of the same. You don't see a lot of risk being taken, because there's an old saying that Mark Cuban said, and I always think about this. He says, in business, you can fail a million times. All you need to do is be right once. And what happens is when you're right once, you see that success, and then you step to the left a little bit or you step to the right, meaning that you're still doing the exact same thing, but you just diverge just a little bit to keep your success going. And I think with Volition and Saints Row in particular, Saints Row, when it came out, was really pretty fun. A fun game that was had a lot of high regard, but I think it got caught up in sequelitis. And by the time Saints Row, the third and the fourth and then the reboot and all that stuff came out, there were other games that did Saints Row better than Saints Row did.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's also one of my old best friend's sisters was a game tester for them, and she told me they had shit tons of employees, and metric shit tons of them.
Yeah, and that's something that you see. I mean, like, I saw soccer says Saints Row the Third was one of the greatest, right? I don't know. You just at a certain point, and sequelitis catches up to you. You dip into the honeypot too many times.
If that's all every big name company needs to take a break on a game for a while and then make people want it. Nintendo's a master at it. By the time they come out with the next whatever, people have been waiting and yelling at them for years to get it.
Right. There's a nostalgia rush. All right. Hey, it's Harry Potter Day, Blabs, and but unfortunately we had a really bad Harry Potter death. I don't know a whole lot about this, but do you want to talk about this?
He's not just Harry Potter. He died yesterday. His name's Jamie Christopher, and he was top AD for Warner Brothers, Marvel. He even worked on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. He did a couple of Marvel movies, but he did all 8 Harry Potter films. So it's just a really, really quick hit that this guy was basically involved in like a whole bunch of blockbuster hits. He even had some other ones that I can't remember that were like back in the day that I don't even remember. But yeah, he had a great career, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know who this guy was. It's a shame that he did pass away. I didn't even know about it. So yeah.
the little, we were having that conversation. I don't remember how long ago it was about crew and their pay rates or whatever. I don't want to get into that, but the little people oftentimes don't get the recognition because their names aren't big. And this guy, looking at the shit he's worked on, I've loved it all,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He died age 52 from some heart complications. So,
well, it's funny because you talk about a guy who was the best. This article as James Gunn, he says Jamie was one of the best in the film business. Period. Much less in his field. Much less in his field. And he's worked on the Harry Potter movies. He's worked on the Marvel movies. Like these are Star Wars. These are major blockbusters. It's impressive. So I thought I'd look for his net worth, right? And it says at the time of his death, estimation net worth of $100,000. Which,
no way, only?
Yeah, that's what it says.
He got paid nothing,
which is like insane to think about. You got a guy who's the best in his field. I don't know. That seems like now. Probably living in California, whatever it is, it is. But
it's like those makeup guys in Star Trek. They literally invented how to do that stuff, and they were the best at it. And then when people needed makeup for stuff, they were the ones to go to, and yet they were paid next to nothing.
Well, I saw this article, and we're not going to go into this, but I just found this once again. He died of heart complications, and I just tweeted. I mean, I just feel like we're seeing
a lot of people with that. Yeah.
People just fallen dead, healthy people who just died of heart complications. And it's like,
shame.
It's just a shame.
It sucks though, because he did all 8 Harry Potter movies. You'd think he'd have more than $100,000 for his net worth. Like, dude, those movies were like huge success.
Well, and just the amount of time that he spent on set, and just because Blabs, they're like the crews there for like
they're long hours
all day, like they get 6 hours of sleep.
The last movie when it came out was number 3 highest grossing of all time, Deathly Hallows Part 2, back in 2011.
Yeah. I swear, when you have
was a big blockbuster, impressive.
When you have something that big, there should be a clause that after we hit a threshold, everybody gets a bonus.
Well,
it's just sad though, because he just worked on everything, so I thought I'd highlight that.
Yeah, what a bummer. I don't like to see anybody die, and that sucks. So, you guys want to see something fun? Of course you do. It's Friday. It's Friday Fun Day. Let's go. Nebraska. Okay, so this apparently happened in Nebraska. This is a thing.
You guys, anybody here been to Nebraska?
Yeah, I've driven right through it. It's awesome.
Wait, let me check my map.
Is it actually awesome? I've never been. Well, I mean, how can you say it's awesome if you just drove through it? Did you actually pause?
No, but what was great about it was as I drove through Nebraska, I drove I-35 from Dallas all the way up to South Dakota. And that driving through Nebraska was really memorable for me because it was, if you've ever seen Field of Dreams in the cornfields, like that's all it was just cornfields on the left side and the right side of you.
Sounds like Illinois.
It was amazing. It was a wonderful day. It was like, I love a good drive. I could drive.
I love movies with sand in them.
No,
I love a good drive.
I do. I love a good drive. I think it's so much fun to just get in your car and go somewhere. Like right now, if I got in my car, by the end of the day, I could be in Wyoming.
I'm there with you, Craig. I live where I live. I literally just go out and drive to clear my mind and drive in the corn. So
yeah, I think it's amazing. Anyways, this guy apparently was pulled over. I have never seen anything like this before, especially in this type of vehicle. This is absolutely fascinating stuff. This guy was driving down the street with a giant bull in his car.
To a call of a man driving eastbound on 275 with a Watusi bull in his passenger seat.
Like, look at his car.
That's real?
Yes, that's a real thing with a real car. He put his bull in there.
It's so dangerous though. Like that bull could just die.
Let's continue this video here.
Well, was this car designed for that? Because
I think so.
No,
they redid the car just to fit the bull.
Yeah, he retrofitted it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's a big ass bull with big ass horns, and he went in and you can see he modified the windshield here. I mean, he went through and cut it. This is an amazing piece, and like this cop over here just like, what the hell are you doing, man?
What the hell is even
He's like,
that?
I don't know if this is illegal, but
What southern state is this in?
Nevada.
It says the central. No, Nebraska.
No,
Oh, sorry,
Nebraska.
wrong
Nebraska.
N-word.
Hey, Insidious Bliss came in with the $50
Balls.
Rumble rant. Says balls for my fellow Nebraskans. Let's go.
Balls. Balls.
Insidious
Balls.
Bliss, thank you so
Balls.
much.
Balls. I don't have balls. Sorry, I can't show them. Balls.
Big balls.
Cheetah says these kind of stories I like. Good. Well, let's continue on here.
The officers received a call reference a car driving into town that had a cow in it. They thought that it was going to be.
Oh my God! Did you see all the shit? Look at the shit down the side of the car.
Oh no! That is
You
one
gotta go,
big
you gotta
cow
go.
patty. Wow.
Oh my God!
Do you see
You know
the
what's
license?
funny? Look how much weight is on the right side of the car compared to the left, because it's all on one side. That's crazy. He's gonna
Look-
put like bricks on the other side to balance.
Look at the license plate. It's a boy and his dog.
Boy and dog.
The shit
What
going
is
down the
this?
side is
It's an old police car too. That's the funny part.
Oh my God! Let's continue. That's so fucking funny. Just the shit running down the side of the car.
That's
that
gotta
was
be
gonna-
awful. Can you imagine though, driving behind this person? This cow is just shitting. The shit's flying onto your windshield.
Oh my God! That's amazing.
Oh.
Let's check this out.
To be, like a calf, something smaller, something that actually fit inside the vehicle.
And the vehicle was big enough. Well, technically.
As a result, the officer performed a traffic stop and addressed some traffic violations that
Oh God! That is absolutely
Oh.
disgusting. Oh my God!
What are you feeding that thing, man? Damn.
God.
That's normal. Look how big that monster is. He's a
Well,
huge bull.
I
Is it
love-
for a carnival? Like, what is it? Best car entry? Is that what is it for a?
Nebraska.
Alan-
That's
Oh, it's a
his
parade.
big rodeo parade.
Alan Chet said, "This is some bullshit."
Yeah. You know what's bullshit? Right.
were occurring with that particular
Big bull.
situation.
The occupant of the vehicle was identified as Lee Meyer of Neely. The Watusi Bull's name was Howdy Doody. He was immediately pulled over by Norfolk police and they performed a routine traffic stop.
The officer wrote him some warnings. There were some citable issues with that situation. The officer chose to
I'll
write
tell
him a
you
warning
what.
and ask him to take the animal back home and to leave the city.
Meyer and Howdy Doody are on their way back home and no one was hurt.
Let's
That-
go.
Did the
Awesome.
bull not look happy as fuck? He looked happy to be driving
That's
around.
crazy though. To think that they would go and make them drive back. You would think that would be a safety hazard. Like, nah, you're totally in the wrong right now. But we're gonna make you drive back. You would think you'd get a trailer for the bull or something. So there's no possibility of an accident.
I love the get out
Crazy.
of town states, the states where they just tell you get out of town.
Just leave,
Just-
go away.
Just go. We don't want to fuck with you.
Crazy.
Right. There's definitely something to that. The idea that like, look, just leave, man. Just go. Just please get
go
out of
away.
here. I love it, man. That's so freaking funny.
I
That's
saw that this morning. I was like, we have to discuss this.
just brilliant stuff. All right, I'm looking through our news stories. Let's go to this before we get to our pizza story today, because man, I can't wait to talk about this pizza story. This is so good. There's a new G.I. Joe game coming. Shags, you a big G.I. Joe guy? You ever been a G.I. Joe guy?
Back in the day when I was a kid, hell yeah, I used to watch it all the time. Yep.
Well, this is designed for you then.
Okay.
And there's a G.I. Joe game coming called Wrath of Cobra. It's a retro style beat 'em up for PC and Nintendo Switch. And the trailer is filled with like animation. I'm not going to play the audio to it, but it's a custom animated trailer, which is outstanding. Looks like the old 80s cartoon, which, G.I. Joe, American hero, back in the day. Travis, do you watch G.I. Joe? Oh, hold on. Sorry, I don't even have it pulled up. Do you?
I did, but I was so young, I hardly remember it. I remember the PSAs more than anything else.
Yeah, the PSAs. That's classic internet amazingness right there, man. But it's called G.I. Joe, obviously Wrath of the Cobra, and they're going to show you a little bit of gameplay here, which I got to be honest, the gameplay doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
But
It's reminiscent of Turtles, isn't it?
kind of
like
has
arcade style. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's like no HUD or anything on it. There's no HUD up top, so you can't really see what's happening. But I don't know. Chat, are you interested in this? Is this tickle your nostalgia bone? I like what's happening here, but at the same time, it's not spectacular or anything.
I think the only person who's actually really like gonna be interested in this is Jeremy. 'Cause
Right.
he loves G.I. Joe, and no
Okay.
one else. Everyone's like, eh.
K1 in chat asked how old I am. I was born in 1985. I'm gonna be 38 and next June.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Middle Warrior says a game like that should have been a run and gun like Contra or Metal Slug. Middle Warrior, just keep that in mind for the future.
I've played Contra before.
You sure have.
I did not beat the game.
It would be cool to see a return to games like this, like a little bit more like arcade style, like the Turtles in Time or whatever, like that. You just don't see games made like that very often. So it'd be cool to see this style make a return in some regard.
I like beat 'em ups. I think they're good.
Imagine if they did that with like new IPs that just came out in the last 10 years, but they format the video games to be like arcade style.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I feel like that would bring a lot of people in.
The show ran from 83 to 86, 95 episodes.
It's had a much bigger impact than just three years, though. I think culturally, it was a very big deal.
Isn't it crazy how something can be cut short out of its prime and then have this like 60-year life? You know what I mean? It's just nuts. Like Star Trek, for example.
Toned In Entertainment came in with a $3 super chat. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Your support is greatly appreciated as we try to drive towards 20 new members today, currently sitting at a grand total of 0.
Oh.
So let's see if we can get to 20 today. Continue our streak of 2 days in a row hitting our goal. We're going to do our best to do that. Okay. Do we want to talk about aliens? Or do we want to talk about Shags? You get to pick aliens, AI, or pizza.
I know you're excited about pizza, so let's talk about pizza.
Okay, let's freaking go.
Okay, yay.
Okay, are you guys familiar with this? Is a genius format. Like, it's brilliant. And I know Dave Portnoy, he's the founder of Barstool Sports. He's a very controversial guy because he's not afraid to say what he thinks, and I appreciate that about him. He's pissed off people on the right. He's pissed off people on the left because he just talks and he doesn't really care what you think. But he's also created one of the strongest brands in sports and just entertainment as a whole, with a very hardcore audience called Barstool Sports. Are you guys, Blabs, you familiar with Barstool?
I am familiar. I mean, I've never really watched a lot of like their videos and stuff on Instagram, but I know who they are.
Okay, so they are huge on social media. They have a giant podcasting network, and Portnoy is the head of the snake. Now, he's actually sold the company 2 separate times. He sold the company for the first time for $100 million in 2016 to the Chernin Group. Now, the Chernin Group actually acquired Fullscreen back in the day as well, the company that acquired Screw Attack. So I'm not saying intimately, but I am familiar with the Chernin Group. And the Chernin Group then turned around and they sold Barstool to a company called Penn Gaming, which is a gambling platform or a gambling company. And recently, Penn sold Barstool back to Dave Portnoy for $1.
Yeah,
and it's
one
one of the.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's one of the most amazing business transactions probably in history. A $400 million, and it's not because the brand has been devalued that much. It's that Penn went into a partnership with ESPN, and they're like, people don't like Barstool or Portnoy so much that they had to go through regulation issues and all sorts of stuff. Anyways, so they ended up said like, look, they were losing money, and he said, look, I will take this from you and I'll turn it back to profitability soon. So he now owns Barstool again, and he said he's never going to sell it for a freaking $1. It's amazing. But he has an amazing format for a show that is built for social media, where he goes and he reviews pizza in one bite at various locations throughout the United States. And
we should try that.
That format.
Well, no, just eating pizza and reviewing it. I'm down for that.
Well, he certainly has this market cornered, right? But I think there's availability for like tacos or something.
Yeah,
burritos.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of like I talked about this like a week ago, I think, but Saban, who did Power Rangers in the 90s, they sold it to Disney for $5.2 billion. And then he bought it back in 2010 for $60 million.
Wow. Good for him. So, okay. So Portnoy goes around and he does these pizza reviews, and he can literally make or break a pizza place. Portnoy has, during COVID and all that stuff, he went out of his way to try to help some of these small businesses because the government wasn't giving the assistance that they needed to some of these. So he raised $50 million for these small businesses from, reaching out to contacts and his personal money and all sorts of things along the way. But his pizza reviews are what he's probably best known for outside of Barstool. So fast forward to I guess 2 weeks ago. And he shows up at this place called Dragon Pizza. And the premise is very simple. He goes in, buys a full pizza. He comes out, takes a bite out of it, and he talks about it. And he's very stingy with his reviews. Like he's never given a 10. I think his highest review is like a 9.3, but that's like pretty freaking great. He's done everything from little Caesars to, mom and pop shops and everything in between. Okay, so he's at this place called Dragon Pizza in Somerville, Maine. And I just want to show you this video because this is 9 minutes long. I don't think we're going to watch the whole thing, but it gives you a pretty good example of, I think this is a microcosm of America right here. When you watch this, I think this is pretty much everything that is right and wrong with America in about 9 minutes and 24 seconds. So let's give this a go. If I can get it to load. I'll tell you, this is the one thing that Twitter has.
Oh, the videos are awful.
Is that their actual pizza box to-go box, or is that his to-go box? Because if that's their actual to-go box, it looks like shit.
Well, while we're getting that ready on Rumble, Dr. Dogwater TV for $5 says, "Happy Friday, side scrollers, guest and chat people. I lurk almost every day. Love this show."
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dr. Dogwater. And Toned In Entertainment also became the first member of the day. Let's go. That's awesome. Giving us one. And then Travis, who is on the show, gifted a membership to Fantastic Sarcastic. That means we have 2 new members today. Let's get to that 20. Let's go.
We're 10% there.
Yeah. Let's get on it. I love that. Let's go check out this video.
Look at everybody pay attention to this piece of box. It looked like they literally,
it
just bothers me.
What's in the box?
It literally looks like they folded this box, took a paintbrush with white paint, and just wrote that shit on there.
Well, that's kind of the idea, but we'll see. Here we go.
All right, pizza review time. Davis Square. What's that say? Dragon? Is that what it says? Dragon Pizza. Looked phenomenal in the case. Now, I don't know if we're a little late because I was changing my shirt, so the video looked different. I went to this vintage Buffalo Exchange across the street.
See, this is like it's a super raw video. Very little editing attached to this. It's just straight up his experience.
I picked this out, kind of vibing, right? $13, great purchase. I would be buying this anyways. It was either that or the old school Canby shirt. So I kind of bought both. I can't make decisions. Anyways, if you're into vintage shit, good shit. Anyways, the pizza looked phenomenal. I don't know how long it was sitting there. It looked, I'm going to be honest, it looked better in the case. It looked more well done in the case than this one.
So,
okay, that looks like classic, school pizza. You remember back when you were 12?
Very good.
When you're 12 and the lunch ladies made the pizza? That's what that looks like.
Okay, so as pointed out in the chat, who was it? Somebody said Where it says he even looks like a douche. Yeah, well, he definitely is. he's very not I'm going to say opinionated. He's very honest, right?
Blunt.
But notice in the first minute, he's already promoted another store. He knows this video is going to get hundreds of thousands of views. In this case, millions of views. He's promoted another small business before he's even got to the pizza review, talking about it.
Also, keep in mind how something looks. The best pizza I ever had looked ugly as fuck. So it could taste great and look like shit.
Okay, so here we go.
So we'll see what we got. One bite, everyone knows the rules. It is very thin. I don't know if we fucked them, Austin, because this thing's a super floppy. And you said this had 50 reviews and an 8, right? That's on the One Bite app. One Bite app rarely is off.
So they've scaled this to. You can see they actually have an app that you can download to find these pizza places based off of user reviews. So this place was reviewed pretty well.
I do smell the Parmesan. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a floppy mess.
Where is this at, too?
Massachusetts.
Maine. Oh, I thought you said Maine.
I was going to say, because it's New York style pizza for sure.
No, I think you can find that type of pizza pretty much everywhere.
Right, but it's classically a New York pizza with how big the slices are, it being a little floppy and all that.
Right.
Strong Parmesan. Like the Parmesan is, come on right through. People, it's the neck of the woods. What's going on there? They're really holding up traffic. People don't want to go.
Oh, good job biting the crust. Smart.
Strong Parmesan. This is an acquired taste. Like if you get this, know you're going to get hit with a left, right in the face with Parmesan. I'm not the biggest Parm guy. Wow. I just don't love Parm. So I'm going to go, how do you score that? Because if you like Parm, fine. If you don't, I don't. 6-4. I know it's way off.
Dave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty standard up to this point. Most of his reviews are in and out like this in like 2 minutes. Okay. Now this guy comes up, he kind of chit chats with him a little bit. And this is also kind of the charm of the show, that people will interact with him as they goes along. He's like, hey man, big fan. And this guy has kind of become a meme since then. But as they're talking, the owner of the store comes out.
Nate, but if you want to do that on Champagne, that would actually work. Like a vintage.
I make music.
Okay.
So people come up and they try to pimp themselves out. You know, I make music, check it out, blah, 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 blah. And as they're talking.
Oh no.
Oh, not the Twitter. Twitter broke, didn't it?
Damn it. The old t-shirt tucked into the slacks.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Well, and
The old original trilogy t-shirt tucked in the shirt. Oh no.
if somebody comes and buys your good, whatever it is, and is outside your business making a video, if they're saying good or bad stuff, do not approach them while they're doing it. It's a bad idea.
Well,
also because, like, I mean, this is the part of the video I saw, right? Like when he comes out and starts jawing with Dave. Like the thing is like Dave's he's not harassing anyone. He's making a video himself on public property. He's barely showing the store. Like you could see into it. You could see the label on the box, but he's actually being pretty couth when it comes to like how he's presenting himself. He's boisterous. He's kind of loud and arrogant, but he's not bothering other people.
Yeah,
that guy came up to him.
Well, and he's a food reviewer. Would they treat like a food critic from a newspaper?
Well,
you see what I'm saying? The same. I don't know how he's going to treat him. I haven't seen it, but my question is, after we watch it, let's keep that in mind. Would they treat a normal food reviewer, as you would call them, that way?
Here's where the fireworks begin.
Great for me, no. Yeah, but again, it looked better.
Now this guy's worked for this.
Like that's the boss and all this stuff. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Dave,
yes.
Enjoy your pizza as any customer, but I don't appreciate what you do coming in and judging a business with one bite.
Well, we do more. Is this your spot?
This is my spot.
Oh.
I hope you enjoy your pizza, but I don't appreciate what you do to small businesses.
Well, I help. The good news is
I don't see it that way.
Terrible school.
Okay,
isn't that what everybody does? They come in and judge the business on one bite.
Well,
I do.
Okay, well
I think he's saying like after having an entire meal there, rather just 3 bites.
Well, if you take if he's going around, maybe he's having 6 different pizza places all in one day, and he doesn't want to eat an entire fucking pizza at the same every place. You see what I'm saying? You can't control how much somebody eats.
It's literally the entire bit of it. It's
Yeah.
one bite.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the rules, and this guy has literally elevated thousands of mom and pop shops just by doing it.
Even with the negative review, the guy is going to see a sales increase because people are going to go try it.
Okay, so let's continue here because this is.
He didn't even say anything bad about the place, which is funny.
Okay.
Well, but to be fair, like he said, he's not a Parmesan person. I wouldn't judge it then. I would say, hey, I don't personally like this, so I'm not going to judge it.
Let's continue.
That guy. Well, Dominic, can I ask you?
Yeah.
What was his problem?
Okay, keeping in mind that the guy on the right actually worked at the store previously, so.
Like I'm actually helped so many small businesses. This bit now I can say peacefully, this pizza's trash.
I did say I used to work here.
Yeah?
The dragon pizza's so good.
Try it. Try it. Tell me it's good.
I've tried it before. It's good, and they have really good gelato and stuff. I'll try it. I just
It's fair.
I'm like one of your biggest fans. I'm kidding you. I almost just shit when I saw you.
Honest score here.
You almost shit? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
What's that?
She
was
said
almost
she was
shit.
gonna shit when she saw it.
I
She
mean,
said I
now
almost lost my shit. That's what she
No,
said.
I thought she
Oh.
said almost took a shit.
none of this would have ever happened had that guy not come out and started it too. So
No, I mean
Stick
they
with-
didn't even see him.
I mean, the owner guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a gimmick, and it's a gimmick that makes sense. That's how we
Because-
all naturally judge food, right?
Right, because the dude wouldn't have been ranting about him still. Not now, I can say it's absolute shit. So she would have never said, "Well, let me try it" and all that. So it was
we're
all
not done.
spurred on by him.
Yeah,
We're not
so the
done.
the version I saw of this cut this part out too.
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen this part.
So people are coming up. They're like, "Oh man, it's so great to see you, Dave. I love you so much."
What do you think?
I thought it was bad. It was too parmy and floppy.
It does parm me.
Yeah.
It is parm me.
Thank God
I'm
I
too
didn't say it
nice.
was good.
I'm too nice.
I actually gave this, no joke. I try to give everybody good scores. I gave this place like maybe the worst score I've given in a long time. And then the owner came out as an asshole. So
I feel like
it
you
actually
don't like
worked out.
floppy.
I don't like floppy. I don't like parmy.
Has
Yeah.
to be crispy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's
No.
coming back.
So
And
he's
here it
standing
comes.
in there listening to them.
Uh-oh.
Like
When you
just,
had a bad day.
just
he should have just
fuming.
went back to his office.
Yeah, and just let it be. But here it continues.
Let me be a little clearer. Move on. Don't stand in front of my business.
Let me be clear. Fuck
Let
you.
me be clear.
Fuck
Get the
you.
fuck out of
Fuck
front of my
you.
business.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
fuck you.
I love the other guy just looks in the
Yeah, right?
He's trying to promote himself. He's become a meme for sure. So the guy's like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" And Portnoy's like, "Listen, I'm on
They're
a public
memeing.
street. Get the hell out. Go fuck yourself."
Oh,
Street, you
fucking crap.
motherfucker.
Yeah, but
It's
this
a
is my
public
business.
street. This
You can-
ain't your business.
Yeah, but this is my business. If you
Fuck
stay here,
you.
I'm calling the
Fuck
fucking
you.
police.
He's right across the street. Go get him. What are you going to tattle me off for standing on a public
Just
street?
being a fucking
Your,
bitch.
your shirt's 6 sizes too small, fatso.
I love this whole interaction. Dude might have got a semi bad pizza review, right? But now everybody gets to see how he treats people who dislike his pizza. Who's gonna want to go be abused? Like come on.
All right, so we're gonna get to the actual reviews of this place in just a minute. let's continue.
So
on.
the Yelp review should be: if you want to go have mediocre pizza and get yelled at by an asshat, come
In
here.
a tiny shirt.
Right, and
Right.
an asshat and a shirt 6 sizes too small.
Just go fuck yourself and the whole fucking platform you're
Oh,
on.
you don't like the platform.
You're a joke to me, dude.
You know what? You're
Take
making
your
a
fucking
joke.
show and your fucking game and go somewhere else.
Blah, blah, blah.
Like,
By the
guess
way,
what?
I've raised $50 million for small business.
You're all talk, dude.
50
You're all
million?
talk.
Was that all talk?
Yeah, kind of like that New York Times article.
Here we go. Here we go. Your
Exactly.
shirt.
Okay, so the New York Times article he's referencing to, there's in my incredible research for this story, I went in and found the exact article that he was talking about from
Wait, if he has such a problem with him, why did he even give him the pizza in the first place?
well, because he sold it to him.
He
He's
could
a
have
customer.
refused him service.
No,
So-
I'm sure he didn't
service
see
to
it.
anybody.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he didn't see it. He was probably working in the back, making the
Yeah,
pizza,
so
and the person up front was like, "Hey, dude's out there doing this thing. It's Portnoy, blah."
Yeah.
And then the
Probably,
guy was
yeah.
like, "Oh fuck, not on my time." You know?
So this guy, he's talking about his dislike for Dave Portnoy has been chronicled on Instagram. Says in the caption of this post, and by the way, he's talking about this article where it explores Dave's connections to sports betting and gambling. Right. He said, "I always knew Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports was an asshat who judged pizza shops in one bite like his mouth is somehow 1,000% better than the people who frequent his business. But I had no idea he was that bad." So that, he was upset about the sports gambling thing.
Like, if you're a pizza reviewer, people watch you because they want your opinion. He's not acting like his opinion is better. He's just giving his opinion. And if people care, they care.
Right. Of course. And that's literally his job.
Yeah, and like this, if the gimmick didn't work, people wouldn't like look to it. It wouldn't be popular. If Dave was so wrong about everything that he ever did and the bites that he took, people wouldn't take him seriously and he wouldn't have the platform he did. So it's obviously working. This guy, for whatever reason, is mad at him for God knows what. And whether he's justified or not, doesn't matter. Like, the gimmick works, people like it, he's gonna do it. He didn't drag you out into the street to taste it in front of you to make you look like an idiot. You brought yourself out and humiliated yourself at this point. Like it's just this is one of those things, like, you can't, like, food critics. I mean, it's largely subjective because everyone has a little bit different taste buds. And in this, like, people like the judging on one bite, and pizza's not a very complex food. I mean, sure, it could be,
Right.
but like, usually your first bite of pizza will tell you everything you need to know. And if you want to continue eating it, so it's a good thing to do. It's fun. It's funny. And Dave is the perfect person because, again, he's a loud, arrogant, boisterous personality, and he gets clips like this.
Well, and think about this now. So had the dude came on, like I already said, and gave him a bad review, he would have had an increase in sales anyway, just for people wanting to try it and see if it's bad, right?
Yep.
Well, now that he's behaved this way, all he's going to get is trolls. He's going to get bad reviews for bad reviews' sake, because when you act like an asshole, people act like assholes to you.
All right, let's continue.
6 sizes too small.
I don't care. I will some weight. You're a fucking joke.
You work hard?
Yeah, maybe.
To zoom
My man.
And now we've devolved into blah, 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 but
Full of shit, dude.
How? Tell me how.
You're a fucking clown.
How?
I run a business. I work hard.
I sold my
job.
business twice. 100 million, 400 million, bought back for $1. That's a clown?
Everything since I got in this business that you represent is an embarrassment.
Like
to this
what?
business.
Like raising 50 million for small business?
Everything.
Name
Everything.
It. Name it.
so this is what drives me most crazy about these.
He's not
these things.
explaining anything.
Right. He's so dug in that when he goes, "Please provide me with an example. Tell me why you think I'm this way." Everything. It's so much nonsense that this guy's so dug in, and you see this all the time. Well, tell me about your stance, whether it's pizza shops or whatever wedge issue. I will love it. No, you're a horrible person. You see that constantly. And once again, this goes back to, I feel like this video is a perfect metaphor for America. Perfect metaphor.
Everything.
You haven't named one thing. You haven't named one thing.
I make pizza. It's great.
It sucks,
You're
actually.
a fucking joke.
Name one thing. Name one thing, asshole.
I've given up too much of my time.
All you've said is everything. Name one thing.
You're a fucking
Name
joke.
one thing. Clown.
I love $1 Million Worth of Game.
The best.
And this guy just comes in. He's like, "Hey, I'm back."
Yeah, don't forget my mixtape, bro.
So, that's pretty much where it's at. And they just kind of laugh about it a little bit afterwards. And, he has people like coming up, giving what they want, selfies and all sorts of stuff. He's like, "Hey, this guy's trying to do a collab over here." Like, "Yeah, just hit me up on DMs on Instagram or whatever." And that's kind of where it's at. So you're probably asking yourself, what has happened to Dragon Pizza today?
Yeah.
They get review bombed. They must have.
Did they close?
Of course they did. Like I said, when you act like an ass to people for no reason, random people are going to make a point to come act like an ass to you.
So the pizza. Okay, so I went to the Dragon Pizza website, and here it is right here. And Dragon Pizza, right? This is definitely the place. And as you scroll down, you try to, it's a very basic website. It has a menu on it and all that stuff, has some pictures on it. This guy's, it's got the 80s. I'm guessing this has some like 80s flair to it or whatever, I'm going for. But if you notice down on the bottom, Shags, you're going to notice this. What's this right here? Do you know what this is right here?
Oh, it's the code for Infinite Lives and Contra, right?
Yeah. It's the Konami code.
The Konami code, yeah.
So this guy's very clearly, video games have played a big part of his life, right? And he's definitely in the gaming space, which, I think really kind of helps your direction on.
Be aware of trolls.
Well, just in general, right? So, he's the gaming industry and gamers in general. Let's just say it's leans one way politically, generally, right? That's just a general rule. I think it's pretty safe to say when you look at the games and the younger audience, right? So maybe something there. But if you go to the their page on Yelp, you can see that it's at a 1.5 after almost 829 reviews.
Wow.
And they've actually had to close down the reviews on this after unusual activity. Says the business recently received increased public attention, which often means people come to this page to post their views on the news. While we don't take a stand either way, blah 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 blah. We've temporarily disabled everything on it. So, how many?
Damn.
Ask the community. How many sizes too small for the owner shirt? 6 sizes minimum.
Wow.
So that's kind of what you're getting from this. And you can see the number of 1-star reviews compared to the 5-star reviews. And you're going to see people who have come in who will defend it just for fun. And people who are review bombing it just for fun as well. So there you go. This place has rats fatter than the owner, and the pizza stinks as well. 3 cheese pizzas suck dick. It's like, I don't know.
That's rough.
The Mexican pizza was the worst thing associated with Mexico since the introduction of the Sinaloa cartel.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna lie, these are pretty fucking funny. Anyways, so it's in the process of getting review bombed, and the same thing goes for their Facebook page across the way. And there's a Barstool article which provides Dave Portnoy's perspective on everything. He posts the video, but he also talks about, this later in the video, the guy actually comes out and gives him like the middle finger, and he posts the video on Instagram, and he tried to dunk on Dave like the 2 weeks leading up to this. He like went out and like drew this. He thought it was like so cool, I guess. I don't know.
That's so lame.
So anyways,
man.
This guy and this business has been around for who knows how long, right? But
And he ruined it.
It's done. It's done. And it's so sad because this guy's emails are getting just bombarded. He's going to get calls all day from Barstool fans who are just trolling this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And one of two things are going to happen. Either the community in Somerville, which I guess is in Maine or in Massachusetts, is going to lift Dragon Pizza up, or they're going to entirely desert it. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's too bad because that's like it's too bad. It's like one of the bad parts about Yelp and all those things is that it's all user generated. So if a bunch of people want to go on there and false flag it or whatever, or then that's the will, and it sucks because then. But you don't this is bad press for him, and rightfully so. And he thinks that, oh, well, this is working out for him. He's calling me a fucking asshole. Like, I'm going to do that and do the same thing. But and this is not the situation that you want to double down and flip him off and get involved with it. Like, if anything, you should have just been the bigger person, walked back inside and ignored the guy. Like he was actually, when you look at it, he gave it a 6.4. It's not the end of the world. Like, one bite of pizza, it could have just been a bad pizza, but instead you overreacted, your own political views got in the way or whatever. And now it could cost them his business because they, there might be a bunch of people in that area that are big Portnoy fans, which, I mean, judging by the video, there was probably a dozen people who stopped and wanted to get autographs and talk to him. Like, I don't know, man. He just shot himself in the foot pretty bad. And I mean, I hope he recovers. I don't want his business to disappear. Yeah. Yeah, for real.
I think small business is tough, man. Like it's hard enough. I mean, so pizza actually has pretty good margins on it. Let's say somebody's selling a pizza for $20. That pizza probably cost them, I don't know, maybe $2 to make, right? So the margins on it are very high. But in the food as itself, you still have, everything else associated with it. Electric, electric and all the bills, rent, employees. It is hard to make a living as a small business owner. It is incredibly hard.
Mm-hmm.
So to see him, I don't know, just do what he's doing. I don't want to see any small business go under. But when you act like that,
you kind of deserve it.
You kind of did it to yourself. So, Anyways, Nzizi says cheese is an expensive ingredient. Apparently, so is Parmesan. So
Parmigiano Reggiano is cheese.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, oh my God, Craig, how do you not know that?
Listen, you're big on the cheese, aren't you, Blabs?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Love that cheese.
Cheese, please.
I'm trying to think if there's any other fun stories we want to hit on before we go. I was just fascinated by that story, and oh my God, it's amazing. It's sad. It's honestly sad. It's sad, but I don't know. Let's see. What do we got? Anything else? Call of Duty, Warzone. There's a Pentagon website for UFOs now.
Well, did Shagsworth do his 2-minute review?
Oh yeah, Shags. Let's do that. You want to do your 2-minute review on?
Sure.
Okay, sounds good. Let's get on it. This is definitely not Adam's 2-minute review. It's Shags' 2-minute review. Adam's 2-minute review.
Truth be told, I'm more handsome than Adam, but
good point.
So I got to play Starfield last night, and I have to say, I've set the bar kind of low for Bethesda games just because I've been disappointed over the past couple of titles. But I've always been pretty loyal to the brand, and I've always gone back and played games, and I usually play them all the way through vanilla, and then I'll go back and mod it up later on. But Starfield was a pleasant surprise and a bit of fresh air and something that I've been looking forward to, and I was actually really happy with. So I've played 2 hours, to be fair. So I'm not that far into the game. If you would like to watch some, I am going to play a little bit today after this. It's Bethesda. There is some bugs in it. I actually have a funny clip on my Twitter that illustrates just that. The physics went a little haywire at one point. I shot the guy with a shotgun and it just went boing and bounced up into the sky. But the story is pretty fun. The first, I would say, 2 missions, there's a tutorial mission, and then the first mission after that took about the entire 2 hours, along with one side quest. I know people are not going to love the fast traveling system because you do have to go back out to orbit to go to different parts of the planet. It doesn't bother me all that much because in some regards, it's a bit of realism for a game that's obviously a game.
30 seconds.
But I think that it's a game that everyone should give a chance. It's worth. I mean, I would say if you're on the fence about it, pick up Game Pass and play it on September 5th for $15. And then make your choice on whether you want to buy the full thing later on. But it is 100% worth your time and money right now. The bugs are minimal, great story, some really cool characters. I wish I could avoid the pronouns though. Unfortunately, the pronouns are there to stay. So
excellent. Adam's 2-minute review. Those pronouns. Love those pronouns.
Oh yeah.
7 out of 10 though. If you didn't hear.
Games.
7 out of 10. All right, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
So far from Shags. Let's get some memes. Here we are. Check these son of a guns out. Once again, you can go subscribe to Shags' channel over on YouTube. We'll give you that link here in just a little bit.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I had it there for 2 seconds.
Dr. Dogwater came in. Says Blabs knows the key to any man's heart on side scrollers, even possibly Dan Vask's heart. Hats off to Starting Craig for recognizing a moment to pause. Here we go.
I'm a super easy guy to please. There's only 2 things I expect from women.
Hold on, pause. Blabs.
Should this be a Rumble conversation?
No.
Let's
Blabs,
guess
what-
what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the two things that Dan expects from a woman?
Sex and sandwiches.
That's
The double S's, bro.
I'm not wrong.
Well,
Am I right?
yeah, that's true.
I'm
That's
not
wonderful.
wrong. I'm facts, man.
Let's go.
You're
All right.
welcome.
As long as you don't have this mustache from Cloud, says, there you go, Blabs. Now you have a mustache just like the
Yeah,
guys.
well, you know, it kind of looks like fun. You know, you just stroke your beard, you stroke your mustache when you're thinking, you know? Just like, I can't do that. I mean, I don't really want one, like, per se, because, like, I'm female. But, like, I don't know. Kind of cool. Guys are cool, man.
As once again, this is Blab's last show for a couple weeks. Cloud has this as Blabs leaves for her trip. This will be the crew for the next 2 weeks. You're dancing it out. Let's go.
Go, Craig.
I mean, I'm going hard, aren't I? Look at Travis
you
back
need
there.
physical therapy after that.
Yeah, gonna break a hip or something. It's ridiculous. Unreal. Hey, Nodding came in and says, Craig, you should watch the trailer for the new RugRats game since you showed the G.I. Joe game. What? It actually looks awesome and might actually be up your alley. A RugRats game?
I didn't know that was a
What?
thing.
Nodding, what the hell are you talking? I'll need to look that up in just a second. Hold on. And then we got this one from Cloud again. Says, though this will probably be me for the next 2 weeks. Just totally sad, waiting for Blabs to return. No.
They're there.
Cloud, you'll make it. I promise. There'll be plenty of other memes to go around for sure. Then we have core member coming in. Says Carl of Duty. Let's go.
That's awesome.
There you go. Love that. That's outstanding right there.
They would probably make so much more money with skins like this if they could get the rights to it, like to his likeness. This would be awesome, and it would make sense, as we said before.
Then we have Cloud coming back one more time. Says the crew begins reviewing restaurants when Blabs comes back from her vacation.
Call.
What the hell am I doing? Am I identifying as a bird now? What is this? Unreal.
I don't know. But Diana on Rumble side for $1 says, everyone do yourself a favor and follow Shagsworth. He has great content, interviews with interesting people. And I'm going to plug it right now. All right, guys. This is Shagsworth YouTube. Go and follow him. Hit that bell, too. There's that. And we're going to also share this tab. Boom. You guys should be following Shagsworth on Twitter.
Please.
Yes, do indeed. Ta-da.
Nice.
He posts great stuff, and he argues with a bunch of Australians, too, sometimes. It's pretty great.
Yes.
Okay, this is just silly. We have a new RugRats game, and this is just. I'm just going to tell you this right now. I feel very awkward. I would feel extremely awkward playing a RugRats game, just because I'm 42 years old, and I don't like playing games about infants. But here, this looks pretty freaking cool. Here we go. Obviously inspired by the NES. I mean, it looks pretty freaking cool.
I never liked Rugrats.
Oh, it was my favorite show when I was younger. Phil and Lil.
This kind of reminds me of like Contra and Sonic all put together.
Yeah, it has oh, there we go. Now we're talking. So it has the 8-bit mode, and it looks like they have an HD. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. This looks awesome.
That's cool.
Very cool.
It looks just like it. It's got to be officially
It has a
licensed.
little butt wiggling. That's adorable.
Okay, not gonna lie. Looks pretty banging. At the same time, I'd feel very weird playing that game. I don't know. maybe we'll give it a go when it comes out, which is due out in consoles, PCs and consoles 2024. Man,
Wow.
Adventures in Game Land. Interesting. What are y'all's thoughts in the chat? Always fire away. Let us know. All right, Shags. So you said you're going to be playing some more Starfield on your channel.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little break after this, and I'm going to load up Starfield and play another few hours here before I get to start more real life stuff. But I've been really, really enjoying it. So I want to showcase it to people. I'm kind of slow moving through it, doing a lot of side quests, and I will probably get more into the main quest as I get farther on. But I'm going for like sneaky alien man. I'm doing digital blackface, unfortunately. So if you don't like that, don't come over. But I had to channel my inner black man for this adventure because I felt it was just necessary, and I wanted to represent. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff, talking to a lot of cool people in the coming weeks. I like to have one-on-one conversations with people. I give my takes on pop culture, movies. I actually just saw Gran Turismo last night with my son, and something I said on Twitter yesterday that kind of went unnoticed was that there was more heart in Gran Turismo than anything that Disney or Marvel's put out in the last probably 5 years. I was floored at how good that movie was and like how much emotion was behind it, even as even though it's based on a true story. But usually those types of movies adaptations kind of fall flat and aren't really don't really relate too much to their namesake. But this one was just like chef's kiss, so good. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. Look at the reviews that other people have been doing as well. And yeah, like I said,
really good.
Yeah, it was really well put together, and like I said, a lot of heart in there. Really good cast. I mean, surprising. But I thought Orlando Bloom was probably like the worst part of that movie. I didn't think he was that good in it. But
How dare you?
You'll find Shags going to do you can do a review of it over on your channel. We can send everybody over there to check it out. It's great. Yep. While you guys are clicking around on the internet, once again, I'll be doing my a music stream today. I'm going to start it on YouTube. Then I'm going to push everybody up. By the way, I'm going to start it on the on this channel, and then I'm going to push people over to Rumble because it's not a plays thing. But I'm going to be doing my DJ Crazy Craig music streams coming up this afternoon over on Rumble. So head over to rumble.com/sidescrollers. Click this button up here, this follow button up there. See that? See that getting highlighted in the upper right corner of your screen? Click that right there and hit the follow. We are really close to 3,000 follows over there, all organic. Love to see you guys there. And looking forward to doing that. I love the music streams. They're so much fun. And they're super interactive. So with all that said, I'll see you guys over there shortly. Appreciate everybody popping in and being a part of our day, being a part of our life. Blabs, please have safe travels all the way out to Australia.
Thank you.
I also am going to be streaming tonight at 9 o'clock on my Twitch channel if anybody wants to come and hang out.
Nice. Cool. Excellent. So Labs, keep us updated. Send some videos in so we can post them and get everybody updated. Make sure you're not murdered.
Dead.
Yeah, which is good. And until then, I'll see you guys shortly over on the side scrollers channel over on Rumble. Guys, have a great day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Thanks, Shags. Appreciate you, buddy.
Anytime. Love you guys.
See you guys.